You careful who you do life with. Um, you know, we all go after, you know, the physical. We all go after, looks and things like that. But um I'm still like kind of in a relationship myself. And sometimes, some days, uh I look into my relationship and I see certain things, and it helps me realize the mistakes that I made, uh certain decisions that I made, that I understand why I made them now as opposed to then. But be careful who you choose to do life with, though. I think we should normalize people choosing to be with somebody that they have more in common with than uh wanting to get together and shit, fuck, and those kind of the grown up shit, you know what I mean, and play house, and liking the way somebody look, and liking the way uh somebody do certain things for you, whether it be buying you shit, in the bedroom. We gotta like normalize looking past that, and start to normalize uh y'all having, first of all, that's why it's important to have yourself together before getting into a relationship. Because what I'm about to say, it was no way of knowing, because I wasn't always who I am right now. I wasn't always the guy that I am today. Then I was nowhere near today's brand as opposed to yesterday's brand. You feel me? So I gotta say that. But that's why, firstly, it's important to have your shit together, be fully developed as a man or as a woman before you get into a relationship, so you can ask for what you want, so you can demand what you want, so you can pair up with somebody that's on the same tip as you. Because who I was then, I'm not now. I'm not that person today that I was then, right? And even with that, a person can feel like, well, damn, you wasn't always like this. You know what I'm saying? So now that you're changing, or you're evolving, or you're developing into this new person, uh, you may not, we may not be on the same page. But it's important to choose somebody that is inspiring to live the same life that you're inspiring to live. And what I mean by that is like how you eat, how you think, uh, how you live. You know what I mean? Like your lifestyle, it has to match up. It's very important for your lifestyle to match your person's, that your person's lifestyle as well, outside of what you look like, outside your clothes, outside of what you look like, or what you can do for me. You know what I'm saying? Financially. Because doing life with somebody, bro, like for me, I'm at a point now where I'm changing my life. So I'm fasting. I've been doing that for a couple of years, fasting, watching, being more conscious of what I eat, or just even outside of that, taking breaks, being, like I said, being able to fast, getting my body right, uh, you know, starting to lean toward meditation, um, not not having sex as much, not having meaningless sex as much, not feeling the pressures and the weight of having a partner, and feeling like you gotta have sex 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a week because you gotta please your partner. Like I'm getting to a point now where I'm just really changing my life. I'm really just I'm different. And you could pair up with somebody that ain't going to change. And if it happens like that for you, and you with a person that you feel like, damn, I'm changing. I want to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I care about my life. I want to, maybe I can extend my life expectancy or my shelf life. Maybe I could do things now where I can preserve myself, right? I can age better. And you might be doing the things as a man to obtain that, to pursue that. Like I said, retaining your energy might not, you might be in a relationship with a woman and you might not feel like you want to release every day, but she wants you to release every day. You might feel like you want to eat differently, or you fast, but she may want to go out to eat, or she may want you to take her out to dinner, but you like, yo, I'm about to bust this little 30 days down. I'm eating fruit and vegetables. I ain't doing. It's certain things that you want to start to change in your life, right? And it's a weird thing, because it's not that you love the person any less. It's not that you love the person any less, but it's like, of course you have to choose you first. And when you start to better yourself, and you may say, damn, I still love this woman. No, I went through the trenches with her, we went through the mud together, but I see that she not going to change her life. And it might get to a point as y'all get older, or as time passes, that you may have those burdens of her having health conditions, or she may have things that she going through, or may start to go through, might start getting on medications, might have to start going to doctor's visits, and certain shit just, coming back negative, or coming back not as good, certain shit, like they suggesting this, suggesting that. And those things come along with you not changing your lifestyle. You don't have to change your lifestyle entirely, like you can't never eat the things or do the things you want to do, but you yourself might be dialing it back so you can preserve yourself. And this person might be still going 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Or just, like I said, just not be willing to change their life. You know what I mean? And that could be hard. You know what I mean? That could leave you at a fork in the road to have to make a decision for real. Like, damn, what I'm gonna do? I got kids with this person. We starting a family, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could deal with being with this person out of love, of course, and nothing changed with that. But they may not change. So now it leaves a burden on you of, you're better in your life, you're better in your health, you're prioritizing certain things, your health and everything else, and this person is still living the same way that they was living when y'all first got together. Now keep in mind, you was on the same shit they was on, but now you're changing. You're going through a shift, and they may not be. You know what I'm saying? And so it's important for you to be with choose a woman that or if it's a female watching, choose a man that that's on the same shit you on. And you only could do that if you 100%. Like, if you already went through your healing process, you already done went through all of this shit, the highs, the lows, the dark moments, you already done went through your process, you already done went through that part of your journey. That's when it makes the most sense to, if you want to collab and pair up with somebody. See, me, I did it backwards. I did it different. Like, I did it a fucked up way. I mean, this might have been God plan, but for me, from what I understand, you know what I mean, I feel like I did it a fucked up way, because this is a good person. This is a great person with a great heart. You know what I'm saying? But speaking for me, I know that I'm changing. I'm going through a shift that at one point in time I didn't even understand. It was really scary for me. But now that I got a grasp on it and I understand it more, it's like, damn, bro, I wish I would have took my time. But like, again, a lot of this shit, I ain't had no way of knowing it. And like I say, bro, as recent as 5 years ago, I was still on bullshit. I say 4 years. I was still on bullshit. So you take me back 17 years ago, nigga, I was a menace. I ain't give a fuck about nothing, for real, for real. So it made sense for me to pair up with a certain kind of female. Not that she was on what I was on. She always was like trying to keep me out of shit, speak positivity into me, and she always seen the potential of me. But now that I've arrived and I've really like got into some shit on bettering myself, I've really got into that lane. I'm surpassing my person. You know what I mean? Like she's always been positive, but it's you got to do more than just be positive. You got to start to change your whole life. If you want to, I mean, you got to change your life. Uh, when it comes to like health and shit, man, like we playing a game. Like you get to after 35, bro, you got to start paying attention to certain shit. So it's just one of them things where I'm just like looking around and I see relationships, but I'm never like looking at other people. I'm always looking at my shit first. And I'm looking at my relationship and I'm like, damn, good person, been through the mud with me, highs, lows, good, bads, and differences, all that. We can argue, we can come back. We done went through some shit, bro. Like we done really went through some shit. I done put her through some shit and we done went through some shit. Life didn't hit us. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. And we didn't prevail. We didn't had each other back. But I'm still being realistic in that same breath. Like I'm changing though. And when you sign on, when you subscribe to doing life with another person, you gotta make sure that uh you gotta make sure that you make a take your time with that. Like take your time with who you choose. But like I said, most importantly, be together. Be 100. You know, don't come into no relationship 65, 55, 75, 82, none of that. Come into the relationship 100. That's why that's so important. None of this after that really matter. This is just I'm venting, but you gotta come into it 100%. I ain't coming to it. I came into it 7%. My shit was on 7. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm just now understanding it. You know what I mean? And realizing it, and really seeing the severity in it. You know what I mean? Like really seeing the importance in it, because you could be out here leveling up your health and your physique, but your partner still eat like shit. Your partner still live a certain kind of life, a dead end type of life. And you love that person. You want to be with that person. You know what I'm saying? You still do. Don't take away from the love you have and the memories and the enjoyment that the person give you. But you still gotta think like, oh shit, I'm kinda like it's kinda inevitable that I'm gonna be the one that gotta put this person in the dirt, or I'm gonna be the one that gotta say goodbye first. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you know what I'm saying? Like one of them type deals. Like I'm gonna be taking this person to doctor's visits and all of that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And going to go pick their prescription up. This person might exit before me. You know what I'm saying? And thinking about the burdens of what it'll do to your life. Y'all got kids together. So now you got to explain to the kids why mom's sick, or why mom this, or her health ain't good, or is this or this or that. Like, that's why they say in the marriages and shit, you know what I'm saying? Through sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing, because when you do life with somebody, y'all not, most of the time, people not coming into the relationship both healed, both 100%, both trying and striving to squeeze all of the juice that they possibly can out of life, and out of this experience and out of their life expectancy. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's some shit that say sell by May 2000, May 26, 2006, but the shit you might get fucked with it a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? You might, it's some shit out here that they tell you like it don't go bad right away. You know what I'm saying? Even after that shit, you see the bananas, nigga, they turn brown, they become sweeter. So certain shit, if that's a good example, but certain shit, you know, it can be able to rock out after its life expectancy, but for the most part, bro, like, or for before rock out a little bit longer than its expiration date. But for the most part, bro, us as humans, bro, it is what it is. We gotta strive to get all we can out of this. We gotta strive to try to, if our expectancy is a certain or statistics say, or, black people die 60, 65, the average such and such. That's what I'm trying to say. They say the average such and such, he lived till 65, the average man lived till 70. Why not try to push that shit to 85? If they say the average black man live until he's 62, 65, I'm trying to push it to 100. Fuck what they say. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the lifestyles that most of us, majority of us live, we fall right under that. You know what I mean? We only live till 60, 65. And again, when you pair up with somebody, you might see that the way they are living, they going to fall right into that. Like, oh yeah, you might only make it to 60. You might only make it to 65. And when you really love and care about somebody, you want them to live just as long as you, if not longer. Shit. As a man, you might say, I want to go first. You never know. I want my wife and my kids to bury me. I don't want to, not being selfish, but you might not want to be left behind with the kids and she gone. You might be a man that feel like, shit, I really can't do this without her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she the glue, or she the one that, whatever, X, Y, and Z. I mean, so you just gotta be mindful on who you do life with. And I really, really recommend, I really suggest you getting your life in order, in its entirety, bro. Not just, oh, I got money, I got a nice car, I'm ready. Bro, get your spirit right, get your mind right, get your physical right, uh, get your money right. Yeah, all that shit is cool too. Just get everything right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, get all of that right. Don't half step nothing. And then you find your match. You find your person. You know what I'm saying? Because now you going into it knowing what you about and who you truly are. And now you can tell this person, you ain't got to tell them nothing. You're going to attract them for real, for real. But, you know what I mean? When y'all going on dates and y'all finding out y'all got, let's normalize having more in common than, yo, I like to take trips. I like sex. I like this. I like the color blue. Oh, I like the color blue too. Oh, I'm a Scorpio. Oh, I'm a Scorpio. Like, let's normalize having more in common than that base level shit. Let's start to normalize having shit in common. Like, yo, how long you want to live? Like, what you do? What's your regimen? What time you wake up? How many times a day you work out? How many times a year, how many times a month do you fast? You ever try dry fast? You try water fast? You do juice fasting? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? How do you do? What's important to you with this life shit? How do you see life? Are you a conspiracy theory? Like, it's so many other things that's just collecting dust. You know what I mean? You know, uh, so many stones unturned that really matter. You know what I mean? We get into these relationships for the dumbest reasons, bro. For the dumbest benefit. Uh and like, it's so much more than that, bro. I'm gonna rock out until we can't rock out no more. But I'm saying, like, maybe this can help somebody else before they get into something. You know what I'm saying? And if I was to get into something else, I doubt if this didn't work for real, like, you know what I mean? And I spoke about that. But if I was, I would be able to come into something 100%. You know what I'm saying? I would know now, what I didn't know then, you know, what my asking price would be, what I could ask for. You know what I'm saying? I know how to lead. I you know, it's certain hats that I couldn't wear before. I didn't care to wear. And now, uh, like I said, I'm developing, I'm shifting, and certain things that wasn't important to me are important to me now. Like health, life expectancy, you know, um, over uh super I think it's superseding, or beating the odds. I'll say that. You know what I mean? Like, beating the odds, bro, on what is told to us, like how long we can live, and how, you know what I mean? Like, that, all that stuff is important to me now. Like, and you want to have a person, if a person is a part of your life or in your circle, or fortunate to share your space and your energy and your time, you want them on the same shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want them on the same shit, bro. Like, you don't want to be taking care of somebody. Not that you wouldn't, because you love them, but you don't want to have to feel like, damn, here I am doing the work and I'm doing what I need to do, and this person is just living the way that they live, and they living free. And again, it's nothing wrong with that, bro. It's balance. Like, do what you want to do, but make sure you recenter yourself, you realign yourself. You go too far out into the ocean, bro, you make sure you start to make your way back to shore. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's all. Like, but if it's two people and one person is just doing what they need to do to preserve or to, and the other person isn't, and it's not that you don't want to tell them or put them on or maybe get them to lead by example, or you lead by example, uh you know they got to want to do it. They got to want to do it. They got to want to be on that type of time that you on, and some people not, and that's okay. But that's why it's important that you make the right decision. You make the right choices. You know what I mean? Choose, be careful and choose, um be careful in choosing who you want to do life with, because it's extremely important. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is for sure.